on that note, we are starting formally. So, good afternoon to everyone, whoever have joined, and good morning to WaterAid UK colleagues as well. It's a pleasure to have you all here. And while we welcome Dr. Jayashree Fadnavis, I would invite my colleague Preeti Mazumdar to welcome Dr. Fadnavis. Preeti, over to you, please.
Thank you. A very warm welcome to all of you. Good afternoon. I think last few weeks we have immersed ourselves in a series of these high impact learning sessions. And these have really stretched our thinking, changed our perspectives also. And that is why I think precisely today is very special. I've missed all these work-related learning sessions that we've had over the past few weeks. I think it's important to bring in something which is very human, a perspective, I think, which we all experience, but somewhere we do not at times articulate it very fully. Work-life balance, integration is a universal, I think, theme. But then experience of balancing professional ambition, societal expectations, emotions, family responsibilities, I think has a lot of layers and nuances which need to be understood. And I think understanding these will not only make us good professionals, but more empathetic colleagues. And on that note, I would like to welcome you all to this very special session led by Dr. Jayashree Fadnavis.
Thanks, Preeti. It's such a pleasure to have Dr. Fadnavis with all of us. Let me quickly give you a background. I've been fortunate enough to have had an interaction with Dr. Fadnavis, thanks to introduction by Anand. And I was quite, inspired by her personality, what she has achieved as a woman and while being a professional. So the balance she has struck has been immensely beautiful. And I think what I liked also was that, her persona is such that she's been doing multiple other things also, which are beyond her professional realms as well, such as being in adventure sports, even also doing something like bungee jumping and all of that, while maintaining the work-life balance. And that's exactly what the topic is going to be today. While we do this, let me give some bit of an introduction to you about what this series is all about. Inspiration Series by WaterAid India is basically something which inspires each one of us in different ways, which could definitely go way beyond our professional and personal realms and bringing a balance of that. And that's exactly the topic today. Harmony in action, psychological strategies for work-life integration, especially for women. And it feels especially relevant in a mission-driven organization like that of ours, where passion often runs deeper than the purpose defines our daily work. So in such an environment, we are truly honored to host Dr. Jayashree Fadnavis, founder and chairman of Designer Learning Systems, the finishing school in Pune. Dr. Jayashree is a transformational mentor, counseling psychologist, and human intelligence expert with over 3 decades of experience across corporate leadership, government institutions, academia, and social development. She has worked with senior bureaucrats, CEOs, intergenerational professionals, and emerging leaders, integrating Indian culture, wisdom, and modern psychology to build emotionally resilient, high-performing human systems. She's also an author of Manas Sutra, a widely appreciated work that addresses the everyday psychological challenges of the Indian middle class and often offers grounded pathways for emotional well-being and leadership maturity. Currently, this book is in Marathi, but she's soon planning to launch it in Hindi as well as in English. So it will make sense for most of us to also get a hand on this copy, and it will be available on Amazon as well. As many of the women professionals continue to navigate multiple roles, expectations, and invisible pressures, deeper questions arise. How can leaders consciously design guilt-free ecosystems? What psychological shifts must male leaders adopt to truly support work-life integration? And how do organizations move from policy level inclusion to psychological safety level inclusion? And perhaps most importantly, if there was one daily uh, self-check question every leader should ask themselves to stay integrated and human, what would that be? So that's what I think keeping these reflections in mind, we look forward to learning from Dr. Jayashree's insights and lived wisdom. Dr. Jayashree, we're delighted to have you with us. The virtual floor is all yours. Please, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Preeti. Thank you so much, Vikasji. Thank you, Anand. It's it's really a pleasure to address such an accomplished virtual dais. I'm really happy to see all of you here. And when I got this subject, of integration of women and women empowerment, Women's Day is coming close. So all these things already the discussions are in the air. And suddenly I came across the article about Mr. Sundar Pichai, CEO of Google, and that incidents. Just visualize that beautiful evening in 2025 in your convention hall in Delhi, and all who's who and dignitaries are entering it. Beautiful evening. First two rows of the auditorium are, filled with all power-packed personalities. And in the third row, there is one simple woman sitting in a cotton sari, humble, and people are hardly noticing her. And who has been noticed? Mr. Sundar Pichai, who is the CEO of Google. और हमारे भारत की शान सभी उन्हीं पे फोकस थे. And then there was an entry of our honorable Prime Minister Modi ji, with all his lovely address, emotional, appreciative, and also very, very, very sympathetic, empathetic. All his language, we all know how wonderful leader we have got for this country now. And the moment he completed his speech, he just came down from the dais and went to that third row corner, picked up his Sundarji's mother and helped her to come to the dais. And he said, let me felicitate the sacrifice and all the efforts to raise Sundar to come to this post. What an emotional moment. I think our today's session, Lakshmi ji has, I'm already in tears. लक्ष्मी बाई हैज ऑलरेडी लक्ष्मी बाई कम्स झांसी की रानी भी आ जाती है आंखों के सामने. लक्ष्मी नाम में ही बहुत पावर है ना, सभी भागते भी लक्ष्मी के लिए हैं. सो लक्ष्मी जी, उन्होंने शायद ये जो हम इंटीग्रेशन बोलते हैं, वुमेन पावर बोल रहे हैं, शी हैज ऑलरेडी प्रूव्ड इट. शी सॉ दैट शी इज द विंड अंडर द wings of Sundarji. We all are remembering. I think we all should close our eyes for 30 seconds. You all have been running. Vikas just told me he was running and he just catched up as he reached office. Why don't we all just close our eyes for 30 seconds? Take a nice deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. And now visualize your mother, her lovely face. Let us all express our gratitude for every little care, for every little thing she has done for us, for raising us to this level. Thank you. Thank you, universe, for making me a child from her womb. Thank you, Almighty, for making me a wonderful woman in this beautiful country called India. Bharat Mata, तुम्ही का शुक्रिया. मातृदेवो भव, पितृदेवो भव, आचार्य देवो भव, अतिथि देवो भव. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Yes, friends. सभी अतिथियों का तहे दिल से स्वागत. अब हम चाहेंगे कि इस विषय की चर्चा को आगे बढ़ाते हैं. Yes, can I have the slide share so that I don't go beyond 30 minutes, which is a very less time for me to talk to. बात करना शुरू कर देते हैं तो टॉपिक ही ऐसा है ना निवेदिता, कि हम घंटों बात कर सकते हैं, स्वाति भी है। सो हम घंटों बात कर सकते हैं इस विषय पर, इसीलिए हमने आखिरी मिनट में छोटी सी पीपीटी बनवा ली ताकि हम किसी विषय को एक्सटेंड ना करें और इम्पोर्टेंट टॉपिक्स को भूल ना जाए. Yes, so let's go to the first slide. Yes. So, women's work-life balance that was discussed. Interpersonal relations. Actually, in my mail, the topic came was psychology. But then I changed it to interpersonal relations because psychology will make it really focused and concise. But everything what we are doing on this globe is person focused. It's all about interpersonal relations. फिर उसमें psychology भी आ जाती है, physiology भी आ जाती है. सभी चीजों को जब हम address करेंगे तो complete picture सामने आ जाएगा. So that's why I said interpersonal relations and strategies for work-life integration, and especially for women. I'm very happy that our male colleagues are also sitting along with us, because I feel we are incomplete without each other. तो उनको भी ये समझना जरूरी है कि हम ये problems क्या face कर रहे हैं. Thanks to them for helping us and supporting us for this session. So let's go ahead with the next slide. So it is 10 minutes to 4. I hope by 4:15 and 20, I'll try to conclude my session for the question and answer session. It starts from old definition of balance versus new reality. Now, I gave you the example of Lakshmi ji, Sundar ji's mother, but it starts from our ancient India, isn't it? It can be through Ramayana, it can be through Mahabharata. Even Kunti was the one who raised 5 Pandavas, the powerful Pandavas. Then coming to Ahilyabai Holkar, she became widow, and at the early age, by raising one more prince, and she was the queen, philanthropist queen, she was addressed by that. So many women examples, and even today, अभी हमारा finance design हुआ इस साल का, Nirmala Devi ji. So many women, but they all, if we look at the background, they have been taking care of the entire family system, entire roles what they were playing. But why my young woman is confused today? What are the challenges she's facing? The new reality is smaller the family, bigger are the confusions. Because when we were in a joint family, I always felt Indian joint family was the biggest management school, because I happened to be from joint family. Then I got married to a very big joint family where my grandmother-in-law, 5 uncle-in-laws, aunt-in-law, they were nande. But that was a very big management school. The grandmother would tell us how to speak to the elders, whether you like them or not. The basics of interpersonal relationships were given there, and how to handle your communication. What do you mean by polite and assertive communication? How communication is the skill to control everything on this earth. Even your safety and security, my dear girls. If you're traveling by your auto or a cab, and if you want that you have to be safe, immediately start communicating with the driver, talking, भैया कहाँ से आए हो? अच्छा आप कहाँ कढ़ाई कर रहे हो? Because the rule of psychology, when you start communicating and talking to some person, his other thinking faculties get stuck. I'm sorry, I'm so excited to talk. So his other faculties of thinking are totally stopped, and he's just focused on your communication. So there are various things what we have learned from our families, but today, being in neutral family, we are missing a nuclear family में ये सारा हम miss कर रहे हैं. So coming back, the new reality is we are missing on the interpersonal relations. We are missing on the experiences what we used to get from our grandmas and aunts and aunties, because थोड़ा सा एक adult ego हम लोगों में develop हो चुका है. Oh, I've done my BE, I've done my MS, I'm pursuing my PhD, I know everything. Why do I ask somebody? And if I don't know something, ChatGPT hai, Google hai, every day there is a new version. वो कम पढ़ा तो Gemini आ गया है. So every day we are more reliable on other gadgets than our own people because we are losing the bond with them. So, but the situation around us, are they the similar one? Are we facing? See, there was a time when men were qualified, educated, and the woman was housewife. So at one level, women was struggling and her brain has been designed to be multiply intelligent. She can handle 5 to 10 tasks at a time. Even today, you can see that we know everything. We do everything फटाफट. या कुकर की सीटी बज रही है, वहां मेड नहीं आई, वहां पानी चल रहा है, वहां बच्चे का होमवर्क हो रहा है. Everything we manage. So this multiple intelligence, we have to balance. But when we go to the workplace, the expectations are different. And then comes the VUCA world. Because VUCA world, which was, started in your American War, World War, they developed it for the soldiers who had to settle down in their lives after the World War. But today, even today, the woman is struggling with VUCA. Her life is volatile. There is a lot of uncertainty. Everyday job, I don't know what is the next job. Every day virtual hai ya office jana hai. If I have to go to office, how I'm going to work? There is a complexity around. Every situation is complex, right? So VUCA world has really kept the woman on her toes because by the time you are ready with the first intellect, the second version is up, the third version is up, the fourth version is up. So continuously our life is under unexpected situations, right? So ambiguity, it starts everywhere. Misunderstandings at home, misunderstandings at office, and because of these misunderstandings, misinterpretation, we don't know what is the situation next day. Every day, nature's call, God's wish, all this comes together. We have seen COVID very badly. Recently, Maharashtra has gone through a very different situation. Honorable Chief Minister Ajit Pawar, his unfortunate death. It was such an uncertain thing, and everything became volatile. The situations, the positions, may it be a political situation, may it be a medical situation, may it be a family, whatever. Your child tells you that tomorrow is a parent-teacher meeting, tomorrow is my gathering, and your office tells you this presentation has to be done at 4 o'clock in the evening. So continuously uncertainty, volatility, and which always gives you the pressure and you are under the stress. So mental load and decision fatigue is continuously women's problem. She can never say कि चलो इसको छोड़ देते हैं, I can go out, I can't look at it right now. Because even today, however modern we are, there are certain responsibilities only women takes care of that. And decision-making fatigue is continuously there. After 5:30, 6 o'clock, there is a conference, and post-conference, there is a cocktail and dinner. So the woman has a decision-making fatigue continuously कि मैं घर जाऊं, बच्चों का देखूं, या people, there are guests going to come at home, and people at home expects कि रोज ही तुम्हारे कॉन्फ्रेंस रहते हैं, रोज ही तुम्हारे डिनर रहते हैं, क्या करना है? So the level of stresses continuously are happening in your mind and in your body. Body and mind goes hand in hand together. The stressors which cannot be handled. We all know how does the stress grows in our body. There is always a chemical secretion of adrenal when there is a stress built. So every small trigger is building the stress level in your system. Let's go ahead. We can have the next slide. Yes. So what happens? Because of all this ambiguity and decision making, there is a syndrome developed in women. I'm talking about middle-aged women who is a mother of kids or who is, just newly married dulhan in family. There are so many things कि मैं बाहर जाऊं तो क्या होगा, मैं बच्चों का ना करूं तो क्या होगा. If kids, they feel, no, let me give them with the costly toys. No, that's not done. Your child demands time. As a psychologist, I've seen so many cases. Just imagine there is a work from home situation going on, and 3-year-old child continuously look at the mother, but he's not allowed to go near her, who is not allowed to talk to her, and who is just disturbed because what is this happening? And imagine that mother's emotional situation. And then she goes again into the guilt syndrome. Second thing, she's always under a pressure of perfection. घर भी perfect होना चाहिए, neat and tidy होना चाहिए, बच्चों के homework भी perfect होने चाहिए. Even husband, if he's traveling somewhere, traditionally, I remember my daughter or my daughter-in-law, suddenly the maid gives a comment, साहब गाँव जा रहे हैं, देखिए मैडम अपने ही काम में पड़ी है, ना उनका सूटकेस भरा, ना उनको पूछा क्या चाहिए. Automatically, even the maid comes and gives you some guilt in your mind. Forget about the bosses. People around you, how they are programmed and how they are well resourced to give you some guilt to your conscious. So perfection pressures are always there. It is always expected that if it is a female stable, it will be very neat, tidy, and perfect. If it is the tiffin bought by women, it will be very perfectly served. खाना तो हमें ही perfectly serve करना है. So not a single area where perfection is not expected. She is not allowed to live casually, continuously under pressure. Power dressing versus emotional exhaustion. Now, from Vikas ji, I got the news कि Delhi office में 60% women है. Oh my God, I was really stressed, girls, because I really admire the way Delhi women dresses up, the way they are particular about their dressings, the way they carry them. Oh my God, so virtual है, फिर भी मैं क्या पहनूं, क्या पहनना चाहिए. Forget about the topic. The first question comes in women's mind कि मुझे क्या पहनना है, how to dress up, which situation. Look at our men friends. We don't even understand ये वाला ग्रे तब पहना था या आप पहना था, but our mind is continuously under the pressure कि मुझे क्या पहनना है. So dressing pressure is there, and also situation wise कि अच्छा इतनी बड़ी कॉन्फ्रेंस थी, कॉर्पोरेट साड़ी पहननी चाहिए थी, कॉर्पोरेट सूट्स पहनने चाहिए थे, ये क्या पहन के आ गई. It is expected, and even we have been programmed like that. So to my young girls, I will suggest that slowly and gradually we will, I think most of the young generation is also coming out of it. They are becoming more casual. But इस चीज पे ध्यान देना और इसका प्रेशर लेना हमें को खुद को एग्जॉस्ट करना कम करना पड़ेगा. Workplace biases, glass ceiling. We all are going through it. We all have been going through it. The first question, even yesterday when I was there in one board of directors meeting for hiring few posts, even today, one of the bosses asked that girl, oh, you're just married, any plans of pregnancy? So what is this? Why this bias? Why didn't you ask that young man? If you need a quality race, we have to have young girls going ahead with a quality motherhood. नहीं तो quality race आएगी कहाँ से? Very honestly, as a psychologist, when I was doing counseling और जब हमारा अयोध्या में मंदिर बन रहा था, तब मेरे दिमाग में आया कि हमारे पास आगे वाली जनरेशन है जिसे हम तैयार कर रहे हैं. Are we creating good quality race who would go to temples, who would take this all spiritual guidance, which is the richest in our country? So many questions come in your mind, my dear, when it comes to these biases. So we have to work on these biases and get the balance. What if, yes, I have recruited a young girl, and what if she wants to become a mother? What is that support system I will be giving? We have to create that lobby. And I think one woman can do that for other women. And definitely when we propose, our men friends are going to help us. So I never want in future anybody asking this question to a young woman when she's getting recruited. And lack of boundaries, very important. We have been brought up where we are not trained for assertively presenting our boundaries. क्योंकि बचपन से हमें सिखाया जाता है कि एडजस्ट कर लो, एडजस्ट कर लो, एडजस्ट कर लो. And even if you want to be good in your career, adjust kar lo, which is slowly changing. But what I mean by boundaries, because boundaries is one such a thing, if you cross, if the nature cross, disaster is a must. हम जानते हैं रामायण में सीता जी ने बाउंड्री क्रॉस की तो रामायण हुआ. एंड नेचर, समुंदर ने उसकी बाउंड्रीज क्रॉस की, सुनामी आया. So there is no place where you don't cross the boundaries and there is no disasters. So I have to create my own boundaries when I am looking up to my life, when I'm looking up to my career. What is that exactly I want? Because remember one rule of nature, of life, there is always someone on the top. You cannot be top boss. आज आप अपने ऑफिस के बॉस हो गए, कल स्टेट के होंगे, कल नेशंस के होंगे, ग्लोबल होंगे. Continuously there is always someone on the top. Even your degrees, your education. So I want to find out what is my boundary. What are the other areas I want to live in life? Do I just want to be a PhD, Dr. Jayashree Fadnavis, or I want to live my life at the fullest? As very rightly Vikas told you, that yes, I love all fun-filled games. I loved bungee jumping. I'm the passionate car rally driver. In 2014, I have got a Guinness World Record for women car rallies. So there is no game I have unturned it. I have been enjoying every little game, everything in my life, along with my children. Now people will say कि बच्चे बच्चे हाँ जी मेरी हाइट 5'9" है, मेरी शादी फर्स्ट ईयर में ही करवा दी थी क्योंकि इस लंबू को हस्बैंड कहाँ मिलेगा, अच्छा प्रपोजल आया है शादी करवा दो. And when I was doing my final year graduation, my child was ready for the preschool. And because he answered well, the preschool gave me my first professional job as a preschool teacher. I could manage it because my son and me would go together to the school and come back together. That's why family allowed me to do the job and start my professional career. कि तुम्हारा बच्चा संभालो और कुछ भी करो. That was the days, that time. And from there, I came up learning till my PhD, following all my passions. So the only rule, what girls, my mother had shared with me, जो भी करते हो ना, सबके साथ share कर. Tell everybody at home, automatically they will come and support you. Even today, if you want to lose weight, tell everybody, मैंने जिम लगा दिया है, मैं डाइट कर रही हूँ. हर बंदा आके आपको टोकेगा, वेट लॉस करना है ना, गुलाब जाम क्यों खा रही हो? वेट लॉस करना ना, ये क्यों कर, क्या हो गया, कितना वेट कम हो गया? You will have lovely critics around you who will help you to reach your goal. So let people know and work on it. And coming back to boundaries again, when you are in your organization, if you don't like something, be vocal about it, politely but assertively. If you don't want to join anybody for a coffee or dinner, you can very politely refuse by sharing, thank you so much. It is a lovely invitation, but I am busy. I'm sorry, I won't be able to make it. Good night. चिट करना, समझता नहीं है क्या, ऐसे कैसे पूछते हैं, ये क्या हो रहा है? No, you create your boundaries. After some time, people will realize, oh, these are not the timing Jayashree will entertain. She is busy with her family. That time is my family time. May what happen, I will not give. ठीक है, this time I might not get promotion, but yes, somewhere people know I am a quality person. Somewhere I will get my break. Because none of us are under that financial, privileges, what we are earning. इतनी भी बेकार हमारी हालत नहीं है कि हम नहीं कमाएंगे तो क्या होगा. So I really would love if you guys know what are your priorities and what are your boundaries. Create your own boundaries. No is no. Even at home, you have to. And for that, the great communication rule, assertive but very polite. A woman has a very strong skill of being polite and sweet. Use that sweetness instead of anger and shout. So, my dear friends, boundaries will help us go beyond boundaries. Next slide, please. So, brain and stress cycles. So, I was talking about how you receive your informations and how we receive our stresses and what happens to our body. So, let me explain in a simple word that how does this brain reacts to stresses. Every time there is a stress, brain secretes adrenaline. अब कब secrete होता है, हमारी बॉडी कैसे रिएक्ट करती है सिचुएशंस को. If you go to Stone Age, the anthropology time, imagine there is a tiger. So whenever there used to be a tiger coming ahead, what would be the reaction? There would be three types of reaction. Either you will run away, या तो आप मूर्छित होके गिर जाओगे, या तो आप टाइगर के साथ फाइट करोगे. So fright, fight, flight. These three situations. Now about today. Why are you getting stresses today? Because there are variety of tigers in our life. When you are entering the office, there is a tiger. When your office का tiger अलग है और घर का भी tiger अलग है. So every time the situation goes beyond our control, even if you have to reach, now for example in Pune, the metro work is going on. So places, I stay an area called Baner, and there is one place called Yashoda, the training center, where the distance by car, not more than 5 minutes. But because of this work, you never know. Every day there are new surprises. कभी कोई बीच में ट्रॉली आ गई है, कभी कोई डाइवर्जन आ रहा है, and I reach sometimes after 45 minutes. Stressors, one stress added. After reaching there, they say, ma'am, you've come late. नहीं, हमने दूसरा लेक्चर शुरू किया है. Oh my God, I have given further appointments. My psychology patients are waiting. Now, if I take session up to 1:30, what will happen? Layer of stress added. So these type of stresses also, though they look very little and tiny, they are adding stress levels in your body, in your system. And one fine day, वो इलास्टिक इतना स्ट्रेच हो जाता है कि धड़ाक, it breaks with some small little incidents. You fight over it, and that breaking up is either heart attack or blood pressure, high blood pressure. But remember, my dear friends, look at the situations very rationally and take your calls. Don't fall prey for adding your stressors in your system. जो नहीं बनता है उसे वहीं छोड़ देना हमें सीखना जरूरी है. And for that, emotional regulations are very important. What are my emotional needs? What do I want from my family? What do I want from my society? What do I want from my office? Everything I must know in prayer, and don't feel shy to express it. I must express. हम छोटी छोटी चीजों में बोल रहे हैं. क्या my friend, she doesn't even understand? Oh, it was my birthday. She didn't understand it. Oh, I've done such a big presentation. She didn't even appreciate me by a single word. Why expect? Just directly tell her, why I'm sharing the presentation with you? Because I need your input. I need your comments on this. Please मुझे बताएं. Oh, I'm wearing a lovely sari. Nobody appreciated it. Why people, if I ask somebody, would say, अच्छा तुम्हारे पास तो 10 काली साड़ीज हैं, ये नहीं थी क्या? So share what you want, whether it is your office or home or your personal friends. Don't keep it to yourself. Emotional regulation means sharing out your emotions and expecting other person to share it along with you. Give to the world the best you have, the best will come back to you. If you just say, hey, क्या कर रहा है? तो जवाब भी आएगा, हाँ, तुम्हें क्या करना है? So what is it? It's me. who I'm supposed to be polite and humble. If I say, आप क्या कर रहे हो? हाँ जी, आपको क्या चाहिए? ऐसा जवाब आएगा. So it is always me who has to regulate her emotions, who must control her own language before she speaks. I always believe it is your communication which activates the role in other person's mind. So be aware of it and regulate your emotions. Healthy mind in a healthy body. Very, very important. We all know this. I don't have to discuss it, but I have to just remind you, my dear girls, my dear friends, checkups are must. Your body mass index, BMIs are must. Your right kind of diet is a must because long-term meetings, long-term traveling, it is going to give you a tough task. And that's why, again, I have to create my boundaries. What are the working hours I need today? Am I giving right justice to my body? Am I giving right justice to my food? A simple example of water, we all know our body is made up of 70% water in our system. How much water do I drink? When I ask people, say, हाँ बहुत सारा पानी पीते हैं. 4 cups, 10 cups, 10 glass, 20 glass. No, there is a ratio, my dear friend. 20 kg, 1 liter. If you are 60 kgs, you are supposed to drink 3 liters. If you are 80 kgs, you are supposed to drink 4 liters. Fill up your 4 bottles, drink them, and you will see you have a lovely peace of mind. That is the first thing water will give you, a very peaceful mind, good skin, good hair, good eyesight, everything. So small little thing like water. इसीलिए पानी को हम जीवन कहते हैं. This water revolves everywhere, my dear friends. We talk about our ecosystems. Samundar, you know something? The water in mother's womb and the water in Samundar has the same components, chemical components. So first it starts from saving that girl child in that water and then taking care of ecological system. कितनी छोटी छोटी बातें हैं जो हमें संभालनी है as a women and men together on this earth. Energy management versus time management. Great time management. Time is equal for everybody. Time is finite. But what about energy? It can be gained. You can work on your energies and design. So planning is really important, and few things which are prioritization is a must. For me, my fitness is the first priority. I will always carry my running shoes wherever I go on this earth. If I get time in the morning, I'll run. If I get time in the evening, I run, I walk, or I go to the hotel gyms and I do my exercises. So every day in my list, in my time management, exercise is a must. First, good food to my body is a must because healthy mind in a healthy body and time management will give you all this. For that, many times we have seen in our families, अगर कुछ खाना बच जाता है तो मम्मी लोग खा लेते थे कि नहीं नहीं बचा कुचा मैं खा लूंगी. Gone those days. I have to prioritize my food. I have to carry it in my tiffin. I must contact my dietitian, which is that food I will require for myself. That I will carry separately, and for my colleagues I'll carry separately. But yes, I will prioritize my health. Energy management will happen only when I prioritize all these things, and automatically time will be managed because I sleep on time, I'm stress-free, I'm with a healthy mind, happy mind, and I get up with a happy mind. Okay, I'll go a little ahead. Confused young women. This is really, really very true. Because today when there are so many young girls who come to me for counseling and they say, ma'am, MS करने जा रही हूँ. Once they do their MS, they get jobs in very nice global opportunities. They get time to get married, time for a child, and the moment their time for a child and time for the promotion somewhere is similar. And then there has been a system which is coming up. Somebody told me it is DINK couple, double income, no kid. But that is not going to keep us happy in future. We have to go ahead because the women by nature has been made for giving birth to one more human being, raising it qualitatively, because when you reach in middle age, there will be a lot of psychological, physiological problems. You must consult your gynecologist, you must consult your psychologist who will give you the advice on this. So consider that the woman who is confused, design her, help her to design her goals for coming 5 years. So learn the process of goal setting very assertively. And as we all know, we do the rule of SMART goals, right? So you write them very specifically and follow them. Unless and until you have SMART goals, specific goals, it is very difficult to clear away your communication, your confused life. Don't be confused. Life is beautiful. You all are such lovely, young, coming up women. You all are so confident. You all are so well literate women. आप सभी कुछ कर सकते हो, पर मैं चाहती हूँ कि आप हर तरीके का आनंद लो. इसीलिए आप कंफ्यूजन दूर करके एनर्जी मैनेजमेंट और टाइम मैनेजमेंट जरूर करें. नेक्स्ट प्लीज. 5 more minutes and I'll stop. So what are the things we can do? So I thought basics of 6 pillars: clarity, priorities, and value system. We have a lovely value systems in our families. And if we have that value-based system, I always feel, let it be a professional world. You know, many times we misunderstand that or we are confused. जब भी हम जाते हैं, there are few offices and in some offices, okay. So there are a lot of confusions in roles, and workplace is a workplace and family is a family. You can have a family-like environment with the roles respecting each other seniority-wise. But at the same time, I cannot have muh bola bhai, behan in the office. Because that is, we Indians have so many cousins. किसी शादी में जाओ 50-60 ब्रदर्स सिस्टर्स हम लोग इकट्ठा हो जाते हैं. फिर ऑफिस में भी क्यों एक मुंह बोला भाई चाहिए आपको? Meet the manager, meet the CEO, meet the accountant, respect the post and talk to the post accordingly. You will save your time. You will be value-based because you have nothing else to have conflicts in any communication and any dialogues which will hurt each other, because we will be just having professional communication. The moment you enter into personal lives, वक्त भी जाता है और काफी complications भी शुरू हो जाते हैं. So that complications to avoid, yes, we have friends, but we again need boundaries. कब, क्यों और कहाँ. So boundaries we have already discussed, but very important thing, don't feel guilty to say no. There are many times people come up to us and they expect कि आज जरा ये भी कर लेना, ऑफिस से आते आते ये खरीद लेना, या मैम आई एम गोइंग आउट ऑफ स्टेशन, विल यू डू माई this work for me, will you keep this presentation ready for me, will you do this project for me? If it is possible, say yes. If not, very politely refuse it by saying, I would have really done it, but I'm sorry, I cannot do it right now. After 6 o'clock, I must leave the office because I have to pick up my child from the ground where he's playing, or whatever reasons you have. I'm just giving one simple example. But you have all the rights to politely say no, and many times we just say okay कर देंगे क्योंकि हमें लगता है कि सामने वाले बंदे को मना कैसे करूं. पर उससे और एक बात होती है कि आप उस बंदे को आप पे डिपेंडेंट रखते हो, which is really wrong. If you say clearly no to other person, he will definitely go to some other person who can really help him and get his work done. So it is very important, very assertively and politely you say no, ki no, मेरे से नहीं होगा, हाँ, but I can help you to get introduced to other person who can do this work perfectly and correct. So don't feel guilty while saying no. Delegation, very important. At home or at workplace. Don't have that feeling that I am indispensable. मेरे सिवा कुछ होगा ही नहीं. मेरे ही कारण घर जगता है, मेरे ही कारण बच्चे स्कूल जाते हैं, मेरे ही कारण साफ सफाई होती है. Nothing like that. You can very nicely tell others कि I need this help. Please do it. Today evening, I'm not here. Can you help me? Clearly ask or delegate. You always can plan. Sit together and ask what are the work areas you can handle. I would like to give those tasks to you. Because I think every Indian woman has that mentality कि अरे मेरा काम इसको कैसे बताऊं. So don't have that guilt in your mind. Delegate everything. There was a time when I was to go out in my generation. I'm retired now. So it was a big taboo in my family that, oh, she wants to keep a cook at home. घर का खाना अब नौकर आके बनाएंगे. It was a big taboo. But slowly I explained them that any woman who wants to go out and work, if she keeps a cook who is charging her 5,000 rupees for one-time cooking or 10,000, whatever is the rate, but if she is going to earn a lakh or 2 lakh rupees, why not? She knows how to cook. Everybody has proved in COVID कि भाई कोई भूखा नहीं रहता, अपना खाना पका ही लेता है. So delegation in life is very important. Prioritize your tasks and delegate the ones which others can do. That will help us. Support ecosystem, family and workplace, which has come already in delegation. Importance of right time psychological counseling. At every age, it is really very important. Right from the teenage, because even the school children, the day before yesterday, I had one young child coming for counseling. He was just 11-year-old, 5th standard child. And he was not talking to his family for last 1 month. The grandparents were upset. The parents were upset कि बच्चा बात ही नहीं कर रहा है. पहले सेशन कुछ नहीं, दूसरे सेशन में कुछ नहीं, तीसरे सेशन में उसने अपना मुंह खोला. मैंने कहा उनके मम्मी डैडी और ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स को, आप जाइए, हम दक्ष से बात करेंगे. नहीं, वो तो बात भी नहीं करता. Daksh jumped out of his chair and he said, yes, I want to talk to Jayashree ma'am. So he saw that they go out. I told them, you all go have coffee and come back. You know what that little child told me? Ma'am, please ये इन लोगों को समझाइए. जब से मेरी आंखें खुल जाती है ना, they all control me. Get up early. Brush like this, drink your milk like this, wear your shirt like this, put your buttons, wear your shoes, keep your socks. Continuously, they all dominate me. Continuously, they all control me. Please tell them the difference between control and care. And that's what helped that little child, to express his mind. Then comes the teenager, then comes the woman or a girl or a man going to for his masters to foreign countries. And very important, my dear young people, premarital counseling. Because nowadays the whole scenario has changed. पहले घर बार बस्ती देखकर शादी होती थी. आजकल हमें ग्लोबल फैमिली से कोई बंदा मिल गया, बंदी मिल गई, हम शादी करना चाहते हैं. So it is very important you go ahead with premarital counseling, take those sessions, kindly check your compatibility levels and then take a decision. Post-marriage counseling, pre-menstruation counseling, your every level of life, I feel you should not feel shy to go to counselors and get your life counseled. Next slide, please. So we have discussed this: power dressing, assertive communication, negotiations at workplace for everything is welcome, self-advocacy. And I would like to conclude this session by telling you one thing. Please develop thinking scientific, rational, and logical. You have learned science. हर चीज को सोचो, नाप तोल के देखो. Rationalism is important. Logic is important. Somebody tells you something, find out the source from where the information is coming. And then think about it, take the right decisions. So हमारे दिमाग को आदत डालनी है कि जब भी हम सोचते हैं, I will think scientifically, rationally, and logically. I will just not do it because somebody else told me. That will help us a lot to go ahead in life. And yes, for a woman, criticism, don't get into it. Let me tell you a short story and I stop. You all must be knowing this lovely little story कि बहुत सारे हजारों मेंढक थे और उनको एक टीले पे चढ़ने की रेस वो लोग लगाते हैं. तो मेंढक चढ़ने लगते हैं. आधे मेंढक फिसलते हैं, कुछ गिर जाते हैं, कुछ पलटी खा के गिर जाते हैं, किसी के पैर टूट जाते हैं. पर एक मेंढक जो है वो चढ़ता ही जा रहा है, चढ़ता ही जा रहा है. उसको ऊपर टीले की नोक पे पहुंचना है. बाकी के मेंढक चिल्ला रहे हैं, अबे ऊपर मत जा, तू गिर जाएगा, अरे तेरा पैर टूटेगा, अरे तू थक जाएगा, तू वापस नहीं आ पाएगा. Everything they are shouting, but this fellow just keeps on going and he reaches at the top. You know what? Later everybody realized कि वो मेंढक बहरा था, वो कुछ सुन ही नहीं रहा था, वो अपनी चाल चल रहा था. So my dear friends, when you know your goals, just focus on it. When you're knowing you are doing a value-based thing, a right thing, criticism तो चलता ही रहेगा. कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना. So my dear friends, I have tried to cover all the points. I always say, I love these Maya's lines. They may forget your name, but they will never forget how you made them feel. I hope you all have enjoyed this session. I tried to cover how much I could in this 30-35 minutes. Thank you so much. You all can go ahead with the question answers.